That defeat to Brighton was extremely frustrating. I genuinely think there was some positive to take from the game, but they completely are outweighed by the negatives. And what I want to do in this video is discuss what I think Ten Hag needs to fix before Liverpool. Some problems that we saw in that game, some problems that already existed last season and have crept back in. And one player I think we desperately need to bring into this starting 11 as soon as possible. Now, you can let me know what you think in the comments below. But of course, the first thing I'm going to focus on is what I would call shocking defending. And I'm not even going to focus on the second goal first, the winner. I'm going to focus on the first goal. In this situation here, I was really surprised he did it at the time. Harry Maguire is right there, all right? The ball is coming across here. I couldn't believe that Maguire didn't just knock that ball out there. Instead, Maguire decided to let the ball run across him. It goes out wide here, and then in this situation with Matoma, and the ball's coming back across, look at where Maguire's head is. It's pointing that way. His weight is on his front foot. He can't get back in time, and the ball goes across, and of course it's Danny Welbeck, and easily makes it 1-0. It was just a catalogue of errors from United defensively, not just Maguire, but the whole defence, but mainly Maguire there. And then you look at this situation here, and this is just so infuriating, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players between the ball and João Pedro, who ends up scoring, right? And none of them are looking at the back post. Free as a bird. Free as a bird. Free as a bird. And of course, Brighton scored. There is no excuse for that. Completely inexcusable for 8 of you to be like, it's kind of like honeypot football. The whole team is focusing on the ball and not the players. Of course, Erik Ten Hag said after the game, and I think he's right about this as well, the cross should have been stopped too. Force him to the outside. Don't let him cut back in on the inside. But just that problem existed last season. It's happened, and it's just shocking. All right? The defending has to be better than that. Come on, United. Don't do that. And when it comes to focusing games, that's my second point. The concentration levels are just amateur. To do that right there at the end of the game, it's amateur. But look at this. Man United have conceded 6 stoppage time goals, and we've lost the game as a consequence. And in the 30 years prior, in the Premier League, we did that twice. We've done it 6 times since 2022. That's when you can say it's pretty much a habit, and a bad habit at that. Seeing out games, focusing on what you are doing. This Manchester United team, it has been an Achilles heel. And the Achilles heel is right there again this season. Now, in my personal opinion, it's down to the professionals on the pitch in the last 10 minutes of the games to focus, all work as a team, make sure you're in the right spots. Now, some of you might say it's down to Ten Hag and tactics, but I think it's up there with the players, man. See a game out. How hard can it be? Now, the third point I want to speak about is, on my life, I don't think you are going to see this again this season in the Premier League. I'll be surprised if you see it anywhere else. We were insanely unlucky. All right? Xerxes was sliding because the ball already came across. The momentum took him forward. Hits his knee. It was going in anyway. That was a freak. That would have been 2-1 Manchester United and would have most likely seen out the end of the game. But typically, it's kind of what happened with last season with United. When something negative like that happens, it kind of... the team absorbs it. Well, actually, the opposite. It affects them mentally. And maybe that is partly why they can't see out games. But that has to be fixed. All right? And with Erik Ten Hag, I think he has to look at this 4-2-4 system and make some tweaks. All right? I genuinely do think that this 4-2-4 system can work. 2 false nines. I think it suits the squad overall. But it's about personnel. All right? And Mason Mount, while Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes add to Man United's ability to actually press properly now. We're staying as a team. It's not man marking. We're staying in shape. We're stopping the central progression with Mount and Bruno. But by doing so, we are nullifying, if not nullifying completely, but taking away our attacking threat. So I think Xerxes absolutely got to start against Liverpool. And by the way, of course, naturally, Mason Mount, he was taken off and Ten Hag said it may have been precaution, but he felt something. Okay, let's get into that one again. But Xerxes has got to be starting alongside Bruno. While I agree, not everyone does, I agree that this 4-2-4 system actually can suit this team a lot. We're actually taking away from our threat going forward by the personnel that we are playing in it. And I think that's just a little bit of a tweak with the team, and Garnacho coming in for Rashford. It feels kind of obvious as well. But that's something I definitely would like to see change for this Liverpool game. And I don't know whether it's going to happen in time for the Liverpool game, but I'm telling you, we need Manuel Ugarte. All right? It was another game where I felt physical pain when I saw Casemiro lunging. He definitely looks a bit sharper this season, but get towards the last 20, 25 minutes of a game, he's like Uncle Casemiro, lunging around, and it's almost like he's even lunging in slow-mo. But I'll tell you what, it's not just Casemiro. I think Kobbie Mainoo is getting stretched towards the end of the game. Both of them again seeing out 90 minutes. I think they both played 90 minutes in the first game as well. You can see that this is going to be a problem for Manchester United this season. It's exactly why we need Manuel Ugarte. Physically, I think he's capable of playing so many more of those 90 minutes, but just we need legs in that midfield. When we have them currently with Casemiro and with Mainoo, I don't think it can last 90 minutes. I'm surprised that Erik ten Hag took off Bruno for McTominay. I don't think that really helped us whatsoever, but we need Ugarte, and we need him now. Signing a midfielder was always one of the biggest priorities for me this summer. All right, as much as we've kind of overhauled the defence, and I think De Ligt will probably come in against Liverpool as well, because of, not simply because of the error that Maguire made there, but I know that the future of Manchester United is far more centred around De Ligt than it is Maguire. Played great against Fulham, deserved to start here, but I think he needs to be dropped for De Ligt, and I think we need to see, De Ligt come in, and we need to see Manuel Ugarte. All right. He might not be that all-round midfielder that we all want, right? Somebody who can progress the ball forward, win the ball back, and be that all-purpose midfielder. But he can massively help on the defensive side of things. And maybe he can contribute to this not happening. But I tell you what he can definitely can contribute to is the fact that he can help. I think Kobbie Mainoo is going to burn out if we're playing for 90 minutes every game. I think Casemiro is already starting to burn out after just a couple of games. There needs to be better midfield options there, and I don't really think we can go this season without Manuel Ugarte. So fingers crossed it happens soon. Like in the next couple of days, he gets time to settle in before Liverpool. But they're the main talking points that I wanted to pull out from that game against Brighton. Shocking defending, and that's just poor. Awful to not mark 3 men at the back post and 8 players to be looking at the ball. That right there, ladies and gents, is schoolboy defending. Poor mistakes from United. So unlucky with the Xerxes. Wow, what do you even call it? Just offside. But things have got to be tweaked. All right, there were positives in that game. I'm not saying throw everything out. But let me know what you think in the comments below. What would you change for the Liverpool game? I think Ten Hag's got to make some changes.